There's a little town in Texas that only existed in books, or so I thought. Today, I thought I would do a little update on the channel. It's been a couple weeks, months. I don't know how long I've been doing this already. Again, since I started this. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what to expect coming up, what things are going on. Got a lot of things going on, but I also wanted to remind you guys that I'm on TikTok, and I post, I think, every day. I post something at least a little every day. So if you would be so kind to go over to my TikTok, there's a link below, and just subscribe and follow me, or whatever they call it on TikTok. That would be greatly appreciated. But back to this video. Just imagine that building isn't there and those houses aren't over there. But this open area was empty. There was no highway. It was just the Wild West in Texas back in the day. I've been thinking a lot lately about Texas and cowboys, and like this hat. I keep wearing it. I find myself leaving my house now, grabbing my camera and grabbing my cowboy hat, just because it's so versatile and you can use it. It feels good, right? I need to get a straw one because it's starting to get too hot. But anyway, I've been thinking about cowboys in Texas and this movie that's been around. I kind of known about it because it's one of my dad's favorite movies, Lonesome Dove. So I decided, I'm getting older, I wanted to check it out, right? So I fell in love with it. I watched the movie. I watched Lonesome Dove with Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones. Then I went and watched the prequels, Dead Man's Walk, Comanche Moon, and then I watched Streets of Laredo. Those are the 4 canon movies that the author wrote, right? So I just fell in love with it. And I was on Reddit one day, on the Lonesome Dove Reddit, because I was just curious what was going on. I mean, the book's 40 years old. I was wondering if people were still talking about it. I know people were talking about it a lot recently because Robert Duvall died, and he's a beloved character in Lonesome Dove. Augustus McCrae, one of my favorite characters, cowboy, what's the word? A cowboy, I can't think of it. What's the word I'm thinking of? Help me. What is it? Philosopher. That's what it is. Sorry. Thanks for holding on with me for that one. And so it's kind of been back up in the zeitgeist because of him. But yeah, I was on the Reddit, and then I realized somebody said that they looked up Lonesome Dove, which is a fictional town on the border of Mexico and Texas. I think on the Rio Grande. I think. Could be wrong. And they looked it up just to see what would happen, and it brought up this. Lonesome Dove Ranch, a little subdivision outside of San Antonio. Loop 1604 is right there, so we're right on the outside of Loop 1604, but it's Lonesome Dove. It's so cool. For somebody who just spent 20 hours and 45 minutes, I think is the runtime for all of the movies together. I watched them all. I'm listening to the audiobook right now, and I'm reading the book at the same time. Just so interested in the lives of these cowboys, Texas Rangers, Augustus McCrae, Captain Call, Dietz, everybody. It's such a great book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. But check this out. This is what excited me about checking this out. Now, in the book, in the movie, the book, whatever, in Lonesome Dove, Augustus McCrae and Captain W.F. Call are retired Texas Rangers, and they have a cattle company thing that they're running. They rent or they sell cattle, and they have a livery. But they have a sign that Augustus made that Captain Call thinks is ridiculous, and they actually have it here. And here it is, the sign that Augustus McCrae made for their company from the book is right here. Hat Creek Cattle Company, Augustus McCrae, Captain Call, P.E. Parker, and Joshua Dietz. We don't rit pigs. Uva, uvum, vivendo, vera fit. Now Gus thinks he's kind of an educated man. He's a philosopher. He knows a lot of just he's just a great character. I love Gus so much. He wrote that Latin on there, not knowing what it meant, but he was looking for a motto for their company, and he found it in a Latin book that he had. Didn't know what it meant, but he wrote it because it looked good. But basically, it means the grape. I think it roughly translates to like the grape on the vine ripens with other grapes, which is, I guess it means the company you choose determines who you are, which is a great. I think it's a great saying. Especially it goes well with the book because these cowboys all live together. They're all very different, yet they all mean so much to each other and can't exist without each other. And it's just a great movie. You need to watch. If you watch just one, just watch Lonesome Dove. Great movie. It's like 6 hours long though. Just warning you. They even have a sign that says "Welcome home, Lonesome Dove." I love that. That is so cool. This is like the equivalent of like living at like Back to the Future with Marty McFly way. The streets are named Gus McCrae Lane. The other streets back there, they have names from characters from the books. And the books, I'm just going to refer to it as a movie. The movie, it is so good. Such a good movie. I highly recommend it. But watching it, they go on a journey to Montana to take cattle up there, and then life happens. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, and that's exactly what happens to Augustus and Captain Call. It has me thinking about life and how Gus is just always looking to have fun, and Call is always just he's just a stern man. He believes in justice and doing what's right, and it's just these guys are complete opposites, but they're also best friends. And it's just such a good story about friendship, and it got me thinking about the changes in life because Gus is always going on about life, and Captain Call thinks he's talking about death and dying, and like he's afraid that he's gonna die, and then it's like life is passed him up, but he's like wrong. He's like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about living. So that's what I wanted to talk about a little. We got to live our lives, guys. Sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes it sucks. But we need to live. That's what we got to do. So I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm going to make the videos even if nobody wants to watch them. Even if one of you watches them, I don't care. It's making them for me because it's life, It's so good. I have, just like in the movie, they're going on a long journey. I have a long journey coming up next month, actually. I'm going to be flying up to Minnesota to move my girlfriend down here to Texas. I wish we were moving to Lonesome Dove. That would be pretty freaking cool. But we're not. We're moving to my apartment. But I got to drive up. We're going to fly up there. We're going to drive back in a U-Haul. So we're going to have a good old-fashioned adventure coming up next month. I can't wait. I'm getting ready for that. I haven't really been able to go on any adventures here lately because I'm helping my dad rebuild our deck for the pool because we're trying to get it ready for the summertime because we want to go swimming. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, the next big thing is the adventure to Minnesota and then the adventure back down to Texas. Should be fun. I cannot wait. Got a lot of other video ideas cooking too. Have some podcast ideas. Have some music band ideas. And like I said, guys, I'm always on TikTok. I post every day. So, hold on. I'm always on TikTok, and I would really appreciate it if you followed me. I don't know if the audio is going to work. It's so windy. But, guys, technically, I'm in Lonesome Dove. It's right here. It's right here. They even got the little Lonesome Dove brand right there. That is so cool. I really am in love with this sign. That is the coolest. That's the coolest thing ever. I need to make one of those. But anyways, that was a little adventure for the day. That's so cool. I didn't know this place existed. Thought it was just in the book. And now I can say I visited Lonesome Dove. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Really, really good movie, book, anything. Just watch it. It's pretty good. I promise you. It'll spark that sense of adventure and friendship. Just watch it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you the next adventure, go to my TikTok. Do that. Thank you.